We used to see a major AI model update maybe once a year. Now, the baseline for what's possible changes every few weeks. This month, three massive tech giants are launching their flagship models completely simultaneously, forcing a direct head-to-head collision. Look at the rollout schedule since late April. OpenAI drops GPT 5.5. Less than a month later, Google pushes Gemini 3.5 Flash. 9 days after that, Anthropic releases Claude Opus 4.8. And prediction markets giving 80 to 89% probability that GPT 5.6 goes live before July. This chart illustrates the new baseline for a frontier model. Every single system plotted here can ingest over 1 million tokens of context in a single prompt. When three different providers hand you that level of capability in the exact same month, treating one AI lab as your exclusive software ecosystem stops making sense. Relying on a single model has become an operational and financial liability. Surviving the current market requires routing specific tasks to the specialized architectures built to handle them. The massive capital flowing into these labs reflects exactly what is at stake. This bar chart tracks market valuation, and it highlights a major upset. Anthropic recently closed a $30 billion funding round, pushing their total valuation past $900 billion, surpassing OpenAI's $852 billion valuation for the first time. Investors moved that capital because Anthropic demonstrated a clear lead in agentic AI, systems that can break down and execute multi-step actions completely on their own. But for a user deciding where to put a $20 monthly subscription, this creates a maze. You have Claude Opus 4.8 live, Google's Gemini 3.5 Pro promised soon, and GPT 5.6 in leaked server logs. Maximizing a subscription budget now requires looking past brand names and matching your daily workflow to the underlying strengths of these new models. Let's start with Claude Opus 4.8. If you are an enterprise software engineer or a startup founder, this is your current heavyweight option. This quadrant chart maps capability against cost. In the high complexity tier, Opus 4.8 sits alone, scoring 69.2% on SWE Bench Pro. But the crucial metric is its 0% unflagged error rate. If there is a silent error, the model stops and flags it. And with Anthropic's new dynamic workflows, you can hand Claude a codebase migration, and it will plan the entire operation, fanning out the work across hundreds of parallel sub-agents at the exact same time. That power demands a premium. Opus 4.8 runs $5 per million input tokens. If a single logic error could cost your business thousands of dollars, or if you need autonomous code-based migrations, you pay the premium. But if you're using it to draft emails, you are burning money. Google built a completely different architecture for Gemini 3.5 Flash, prioritizing volume and processing speed over deep reasoning. Returning to our quadrant chart, Gemini Flash sits entirely in the low-cost, high-speed zone. It processes tokens 4 times faster than the frontier average, and it costs just $1.50 per million input tokens. Its architecture is natively multimodal. You can drop a spreadsheet, a voice memo, and a 20-minute video into the same prompt, and Flash analyzes them together in seconds. But Flash is the lightweight option. The heavy hitter, Gemini 3.5 Pro, was announced on stage at Google I/O, only for Sundar Pichai to admit to the live audience that it wasn't ready yet. When Pro does ship, it targets a 2 million token context window. That is double the capacity of its competitors, built specifically to tackle complex academic-level reasoning over massive datasets. Build your fast, high-volume media pipelines on Flash today. To evaluate an entire library of legal case files at once, you should wait for Pro. That leaves OpenAI. Right now, GPT 5.5 is the most reliable daily driver available. It handles any task you throw at it with high consistency. It also maintains the largest third-party tool ecosystem on the market, and its Canvas interface is highly optimized for general knowledge workers editing long-form documents. This bar comparison shows the gap where OpenAI is currently vulnerable. On complex autonomous software engineering, GPT 5.5 falls 10.6 percentage points behind Claude Opus 4.8. However, OpenAI's internal codex logs recently leaked a staging codename, Iris Alpha, directly linked to GPT 5.6. The backend signals point to an imminent launch featuring a 1.5 million token context window designed specifically to erase Anthropic's coding lead. If your team relies heavily on diverse app integrations and broad versatility, OpenAI remains your best platform. Just know that for elite-level coding today, they are playing catch-up. So let us map your specific daily work to the right subscription, bringing these architectures online where they belong. This decision table organizes the trade-offs. Building agentic software? Use Claude Opus 4.8 and accept premium costs. Writing copy across 50 tools? Stick with GPT 5.5. Processing massive media inside Google Workspace? Use Gemini 3.5 Flash to cut processing time. Success in the June 2026 landscape means moving past prompt engineering and learning to deploy the right specialized model for each unique job.